Hey everybody, Jill here, coming to you today as an Otis mentor. Today I'm going to introduce you to a domain that is currently available on Otis called theacademicblueprint.com. I happen to really like this domain. I am in the career niche and I can say it's a really good niche to get into from a financial perspective. The site that I currently have, I have not invested a lot of time into and I don't get a ton of traffic, but it brings in a pretty steady income every single day. So the lead gen on careers can be really good, and that is why I'm recommending this domain. So the site used to be a service provider for college students that were getting ready to go out into the world, and it seems like they kind of really focused more on the high level college student, grad students and PhDs, but you can actually do it, just more general, even just have it be regular bachelor's transitions. So they used to provide resumes and cover letters, profile video, photos to help with their profiles, and interview coaching. So there are two different kinds of ways you can transition this domain into a website. And one is to just recreate it as it is, become a service provider for the same services, and outsource it. And then you could just make some money on the markup of the outsourcing. So that's one option. I try not to do that because I'd rather have it be a little more hands-off. So I would actually create a really killer website that focuses on helping college students transition into the real world. And you can niche down into a certain segment of college students. Like for this one, you might want to do science because it does have a really large PhD type backlink. And there was a lot of sciences in the backlinks. So maybe you are the go-to for the science community who's leaving college and wants to get into the working world. So let's look at the backlinks for a second. The Academic Blueprint overall has a UR of 26 and a DR of 29 with 142 referring domains. Some of the domains are really strong. You can't buy these backlinks. NIH.gov, you can't pay any amount of money to get one of those. Fandom, Columbia, MasterCard, UCLA, UBC. So there's some really strong backlinks going on here, and it's directly relevant to college. So these are exceptional backlinks. Now, if we look at the anchors for these backlinks, okay, about 50% of them are a little over 50% are branded. It's either with the name or the URL. So you got a lot of great stuff going on here. And then you can see why I'm kind of recommending maybe a science niche because it's got biology, PhD, there's a few more, chemistry, medical science. So it seems to be a little more sciencey, medical related, and there's good money in that niche. So, in a crowded world of career and education sites, it's a good way to kind of niche down into the science field. So you can really just hone in on those people who are studying science and need to figure out how to get to the path they want to go. So what I would do is I would actually build out a website, one that talks about careers in science, how to get into those careers. So you can do, a career as a biologist, career as a chemist, career as a life science major, career as a medical writer, and you have amazing guides to help people understand how to get into those careers. You can talk about the PhD process, what the PhD process looks like. So those career profiles then are lead gen opportunities. The profile, the career, how to get into doing a PhD can just be your standard Mediavine or Raptive. So we're setting you up for several different types of monetizations. And this is also a site that could be really strong for downloads, paid downloads, career guides that they can download, pay, $3.99 for the full career guide, depending how much you add to them could really make the value even go higher. So there's so many different things you can do here. So one of the things I wanted to show you, if you go into the career guides, maybe you do, how to become a scientist. One of the sites that does this well, okay, is how to become a scientist at geteducated.com. Okay, and it's just your basic career guide, talks about what to do, the education you need, certifications, simple to the point. This is the lead gen. Okay, so what happens here? Okay, you see University of West Alabama, Bachelor of Science, Natural Sciences, Science and Physics. When you click this, it's going to take you to another page, and maybe I want to learn about University of West Alabama. I'll click on Learn More. I'll type in my zip code. I'm going to type in this, postdoctoral, check now. Good news, my program is available. So this means what I'll do here is I'll put in my first name, last name, email, and click next. There might be a few more screens, I'm not sure, and I don't want to find out. But when that gets submitted to the school, that's lead gen. And you may get whatever it is for this school. I know there's some programs I'm in, I get $40 per click. So as soon as somebody signs up and asks for more information from the school, I get paid $40. So this is why I really like the lead gen stuff, and especially with the schools and things. I'm not familiar with how much the payouts are on the science side, but I don't have a science site, but I'm assuming it's pretty strong. So I would say probably in the $20 to $40 per click phase, or estimate. So this is one option of what I was referring to. So you're just going to go and you can create all these different career guides. So here they have engineering, which I'm thinking you should really kind of stick with the science. You can do different nursing opportunities, and there's a lot of different nursings that you can do. And I know these actually pay out pretty well. So lots of different ways you can get going on that. Resumes. So you can talk about how to write a resume. You can do reviews of resume service writers to help them choose. The resume payouts are actually pretty large. So we've got Find My Profession is one resume writing service, and you get 10% of the commissions. And their average commission per sale is $150. So they're pretty high end. So these are the kind of referrals that you want to give. For resume writers who specialize in science, it's probably going to be a larger payout. So average commission per sale, $150. So you can promote the heck out of this. There's a lot of resume writing services out there, so you can check them all out. If it was me, I would be ordering a resume for the exact same job from 10 different ones and do the most in-depth analysis of all the different resume writing services that you can possibly do. That would be my recommendation. That way you can make a lot of money, because I don't know that I've seen that out there, but it could be out there, but I haven't seen it. So that's one way. So now we have you have your affiliate programs for resume writing services, career coaching. You can set up partnerships with career coaches that every lead you send them, you get a certain amount of money. You've got the lead gen for the schools in the career profiles. You can do all different career profiles around all the different PhD candidate type jobs, all the science jobs. And then, of course, you've got Mediavine and Raptive. So on the blog side, you're going to write about resume. You're going to do a whole cluster of resume topics, for science majors. You're going to do a whole thing about, how to ace that interview. You're going to do topics around maybe transitioning. Eventually you can get to transitioning out of college, how to get into the real world and what you should know about money and housing and all these other things. So there's so many different opportunities for you from a content perspective to get into this. So another site I found was Cheeky Scientist. So Cheeky Scientist does what the blueprint used to do. It's a very similar thing, but I just thought it was interesting because it gives you some ideas for different things that you can do. Like they have a book, they have free reports, free ebooks. They are service-based. So if you decide to take this domain into a service route, this is a really good resource to look at. But they have a ton of great content ideas so that you can dig into. And they actually do really well on Google. So you can see they actually have a very high DR. Okay, so they have a DR 56 and a UR 49. They've got 41,000 organic keywords ranking. I am sure they get a lot more than 9,000 in traffic with 40,000 keywords. They've got 3,000 referring domains. If you look at organic search, it says they 43. I find it hard to believe they only have 9,000 in traffic. So as you know, these are not anywhere near close to what most people really get. But if we dig into the keywords, what I really found interesting here is how many of them are really low keyword difficulty. And again, I don't totally put faith in these. I don't use them as much, when I figure out what I want to write about. But I just thought it was just really interesting to eyeball it and see how low some of the competition is. So PhD green card, it talks about what you need to do to get a green card as a PhD so you can work here. salary counter offer example, how to address cover letter. So leaving academia, that's a whole subject in itself. So there's so much opportunity in this niche, and that it's low competition. A lot of things that people aren't talking about. So another great resource for you just to look at. So that's everything on the academic blueprint. If you have any questions on this or you want more information, please reach out and let me know, and I'd be glad to try and help you. Thanks very much, guys. Have a great day.